The power of saying no. You find yourself not wanting to be that person that seems like the Debbie Downer, or the person that has an attitude, or the person that's not there. So you tend to overextend yourself. A person reaches out to you, and even though you may not feel like being bothered, you still try and give what you can. Just because most of the time, from what I've experienced and people that I know close to me, they just don't want to come off as being mean, you know. But I think that there is a fine line between determining what is meant for you and what is meant for others, because everything that you have is not always meant for other people, even if you have it, right? That doesn't mean that you should be the ATM to family and friends just because they come to you all the time and say, hey, can I have something? And once in a while, it's okay to help out people, you know. But at what point do you realize that people are not trying to do anything for themselves and they're just leaning on you like a crutch? So there's actually, in that example, the power in saying no is because, one, while you may initially feel a particular way about saying no, right? So for the first few minutes, you're like, dang, like, why did I say that? You know, now this person's probably thinking such and such. And on the flip side, the person's thinking like, dang, really? You're going to act like that when I know that you got it and now you don't want to give it to me? But two things are going to happen, right? One, that person is going to have to find somebody else to go to and ask, rather than always coming to you, or they're going to find a way and the means for them to do it themselves, right? In which, as adults, we should try to do that. And we're not talking about those people who are in dire needs, those, you know, a person that has absolutely nothing. We're not talking about saying no in that sense, even though at times you may need to say no in that sense for whatever reason you feel. It is your emotion, it is your feeling, and it is your decision to say yes or no. You don't have to say yes to everybody. And how the person on the other end accepts that is totally on them, not on you. You know, our caring for each other isn't necessarily always by saying yes. I'm caring for you, or you can care for a person by saying no because you see that they're not trying to help themselves. So by you saying no could potentially push them to do something different. And then when you say no, saying no has to become a habit, just like brushing your teeth. Unless you start saying no, you're never going to say no. You're always going to say yes. And even if you don't say yes, what you try to do is you try to run from it by not giving an answer, right? But you can't do that. You gotta say no to people, you know, because, and then after you say no, the rippling effect is building up your confidence, because it takes confidence to say no. It takes a lot of confidence. So ask yourself this question. When was the last time somebody asked you for something and you said yes, knowing that you wanted to say no? And how did you feel afterwards? Did you feel good after you told a person yes when you wanted to say no? You still felt bad. So when you think about it, why would you tell a person yes knowing that you're going to get upset or get mad just to make them feel good? So you're sacrificing the way you feel to make someone else feel better that probably doesn't even care that much about your feelings or what you're going through in life, because a lot of people are very selfish and they only care about what they're going through, what their needs are for the moment. They don't even stop for a second to listen to what you're going through. And then when you do try to explain to them, it's almost like, yeah, okay, can I borrow? Can I have? No. No. And I've had to recently tell someone that is in a pretty messed up situation. You know, we're talking I don't want to get into details, but you know, it's a family member, and I care for them a lot, but I had to say no. I can't just keep saying yes just because you're calling me. Every time you ask me, it's not going to be yes. You have to learn how to say no. And until you start saying no, you won't feel empowered to do so. So, today's fun exercise is throughout the day, whatever you don't feel like doing, I want you to do your best to say no. And the most important part is, when you say no, don't give a reason. You don't have to give a reason to anybody.